Hello YouTubers, welcome back to Yorkshire Media. I am Mark, your host, whatever you want me to be. And yes, I am cheaper and better than the BBC. Now, what are we talking about today? Well, seeing as that it's come up today, Boris Johnson to resign, and he is going to resign today. So, I thought I'd do a video on this. And, yeah, it is just my way of doing things. I mean, Boris Johnson won the 2019 general election to become Prime Minister. And he had a tough job to do to get Brexit done. He's got it done in a way, but he ain't got it all the way there because he's still got the Northern Ireland Protocol. So, and that. And also then, we have a pandemic in 2020, which Boris Johnson, in his own mind, rightly did the first lockdown. Anyone would have done the first lockdown. Yeah. And then we came out of that first lockdown. It didn't work. But what did Boris do? He made the mistake. I mean, he did the right thing by getting doing the vaccines and things like that, getting it. So, yeah, we got the vaccine quicker than anybody in Europe did. So that's what he did, and that's what he'll go down for. He has done some good things, and that will be his legacy. But at the end of the day, what happened to him yesterday and today, well, Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, he bought it on himself. Now, I'm not happy, I'm not glee and all that lot. I think it's been a witch hunt by the Conservative Party. I honestly think that in my mind, because when you look at policies, what he wanted to do, he couldn't do. He never took advantage of the 80 seat majority what he had. He never did that. Why? You know what I mean? You know, at least use it, and he never did, unfortunately. And that's gone now. Whoever takes over from Boris, in my opinion, you can't trust any of the Conservative MPs. How can you trust them? Look what they did to Boris. Look at the knives what they stuck in back of Boris Johnson. And they have stuck a lot of knives in back. Yeah, they have stabbed him in back. So how can you trust all of them MPs in the Conservative Party? You can't. And I will also say this. You cannot trust Keir Starmer in the Labour Party as well. He is now saying, oh, we won't go back into Europe. He's lying. You cannot trust the Conservative Party or the Labour Party at all in the next general election. And it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So who are we left with? The Lib Democrats? Reform Party? You know what I mean? Could we have a Liberal Democrat government? I don't want that. But if we cannot trust the Conservative Party at all. You know what I mean? Whoever becomes leader's got a tough job. He really has. The new leader has got a tough job because he has people in that Conservative Party who will stab him in the back, like they've done with Boris Johnson if they smell fear or weakness and things like that. What the Conservative Party doesn't want to do is go back to all this bluster and things like that. And you do need to make the decisions properly when you're in government. This is what Boris didn't do. It went from one disaster to another disaster, and finally it's caught up with him. It caught up with him over Chris Pincher being a serial groper and things like that. But at the end of the day, and I'm telling you now, whoever the next leader is cannot trust that entire Conservative Party. Cannot really trust them. I mean, they've been at this for months, for at least over a year. I've been reporting it, saying, what's coming down the pipe. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it was coming. And it was a witch hunt by certain people in the Conservative Party. This is what I know. And things like that. So, yeah, it is a sad day that Boris Johnson is gone. But in another way, is it a good idea? I mean, really, I think this will bring down the Conservative Party as a whole. The whole Conservative Party needs a flush. It needs to be flushed out and literally start again. I mean, it's got a stain on its reputation what won't be easily easily to be removed and things like that. To what Boris has done, he tried to cling on to power as much as possible. It's come today that Boris is on, he's about to resign. So that's his decision. He tried. I think the realization to Boris came is when he couldn't fill the blank spaces. Who's resigned? 59 people have resigned. It's a lot. It's a lot. But on the flip side, Labour Party be going, oh yeah, there should be a complete change. Yeah, well they should, and things like that. Now, whoever becomes the new Conservative Party leader, will become Prime Minister without even being voted in for. What I would like to see, and this is what a lot of people would like to see, and I don't think the Labour Party would want it, but we would need, and the public would have to have its say on a general election. As soon as they get the new leader, as soon as you get over the new year, so 2023, call a general election in 2023. It's as simple as that. And then let's see when they go head to head. I mean, don't forget, in all of this confusion and story with Boris going, don't let this distract you. Don't forget, we have Durham Police. They've yet to make their decision if they're going to prosecute Angela Rayner and Keir Starmer, or are they just going to give them a fine. Either way, them two have said they would resign. So we could have a leadership contest with the Labour Party. This is getting nuts. It really is. But when it does come to a general election, you just have to remember, you cannot trust the Conservatives, you cannot trust the Labour Party. Who we got left? We've got Liberal Democrats and the Reform Party. I know who I would vote for. You know what I mean? And a lot of people say, well, who would you revote? I would vote, if they stood it here, I would vote Reform. It's as simple as that. It's the old Brexit party. I would vote Reform. I like the leader of the Reform Party. I think he's got his head screwed on right and things like that. But unfortunately, we're not at that situation at this moment in time. But that's what I would like to see. 2023, May 2023 general election. I think that would be a good thing. But at the moment, Boris says he wants to stay as Prime Minister until October. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the quickest you could get a new leader from the Conservatives when they've gone through all the thing will be September. You'd have a new leader in September. That's what I believe. God knows who it's going to be. We'll never know. But at the end of the day, the cost of living crisis needs to be sorted out. Taxes need to be sorted out and things like that. They need to get things done. It's as simple as that. And I think the best way for any new leader to get what they to get things done, fuel duty, you need to bring the fuel duty down, and I think that will be the biggest star of all. Bring down the fuel duty, bring down your national insurance. You shouldn't have to pay high and things like that. Bring down you bring down the fuel, you cut the fuel duty, you cut VAT, you cut all your taxes and things like that, and that's what they need to do. National insurance, you pay your national insurance and your council tax. That needs to be brought down, and it needs to be cut. People need help with it. At the moment in time, prices are running away. I mean, I thought I was seeing things other day when I was out and about shopping. I honestly thought I was seeing things. I saw a tub of Lurpak for £9. What? Really? £9? And it had a security tag on it. £9 for... Really? Yeah, it's only worth a couple of quid. £9? Gee. I mean, I couldn't believe it. So our economy, whatever it is, cost of living, it's running away with itself. This needs to be sorted. At the moment, they're not sorting it. It's all focused on what Boris has been doing. So there you go. But like I say, I mean, this is only my opinion. This is only what I going to do. So when it comes to a general election, I'm not going to vote Conservative. I'm not going to vote the Labour Party like I used to do, but I will vote for Reform Party and things like that. Yeah, I mean, people need to stand up. Now, if the new leader of the Conservative Party stands up and says, I'm cutting all the green taxes, we're not going net zero, no one voted for that. There's a lot of stuff what Boris was trying to do, what no one voted for, and that needs to be sorted out as well. But mainly, it's the cost of living crisis, what needs to be sorted. And they have to sort it, we all know they do. Even if the Conservative new leader thinks they have to go back to austerity. If that's the case, and then that will happen, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But wages must go up as well, and things like that. Minimum wage. It's not enough being £9.50. It has to be higher than that. You know what I mean? And this is where Labour could come in. But I don't think Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner will cut the mustard with the crowd. Because we all know Keir Starmer's got no personality. You know what I mean? He doesn't know what he's really doing at the end of the day. He sounds good. He thinks he's a politician. He is, but he's more like a barrister or solicitor, and that's what he's been used to. He's not cut out to be a Labour leader. It's as simple as that. I don't think Keir Starmer will cut it. I don't think the Labour Party will win the next general election, and things like that. And people have been asking, well, how can the Conservatives not win? Well, that's it. They need to be careful now. Now the witch hunted him out, Boris Johnson out. No one can deny Boris had a reach. Boris had a big reach. He got a big majority when he got in, and they were never ever going to give him that chance to go to the country again. Never ever. You know what I mean? He's hung himself. They give him enough rope, and it's gone from one disaster to another. Partygate, this. Now Pincher, who's a serial groper, things like, people need to feel safe. What Boris has done, in my mind, he's brought it on himself. He really has. It is a sad day to see a Prime Minister go like that, but it is what it is. I'm not gloating. I'm not happy. I'm not cheering. I'm not drinking or all like that. I'm not celebrating it. I think it's disgusting. I really do. I think the Conservative Party need to look at themselves and say, right, we need to have a clear out. And they really do need a clear out and things like that, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be loyal to your Prime Minister. Even if it's the Labour Party or the Conservatives, they are supposed to be loyal to the Prime Minister, and none of them have. They've all jumped ship. At the end of the day. But it was never going to be, was it? Boris was never going to go to the election in 2024 like people said he would. I saw this coming. I really did. I was trying to warn people, but people said, oh, you don't know what you're on about. Okay, I don't know what I'm on about, but I'm here today making a video on Boris resigning, and he's about to resign. What? I mean, come on, I was right. I got this right at the end of the day. But like I said, we go to a general election. I would honestly advise you, don't vote for the Conservatives, and don't vote for Labour. Yeah, I mean, just don't vote for them two parties, because we need a fresh start for Britain. And that fresh start for Britain, in my mind, will be the Reform Party, not the Conservatives and not Labour Party. Yeah, I'm putting the boot in, but at the end of the day, I don't think the Lib Dems would make good government, in my mind. I don't think they could get enough people to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of Liberal Democrat MPs in Parliament. So for them to get over 310, it would be hard. You know what I mean? And I think it'd be hard. It would definitely be hard for the Reform Party to do it. But at the end of the day, whenever the next general election is, I'm hoping it's going to be in May 2023. So, they go to the country, And then the people decide. And if the people decide, oh, well, we're voting Conservative and we're keeping them in power, that's their decision. At the end of the day, that's all what you can do. And that's what they need to do. You know, they need to take the hit while they can. You know, they're taking big hits at the moment, but they need to take a big hit in a general election to make them realise where they've gone wrong. You know, they knew about Boris's hand. You know, they knew he was trouble before he even, they knew he was trouble when he was, London Mayor, wasn't he? Lord Mayor of London and things like that. He was trouble then. They knew what he would do. They knew what he was going to get up to. Simple as. Yeah, I'm surprised he's lasted this long, but he did. He's lasted this long. What? It's nearly. It's 2.5 years. He's lasted this long. I'm surprised myself. But there you go. That's it. Boris is to resign. By the time this video comes out, he could have resigned, but I don't know. He is to resign today. So a lot of people will be cheering that. It's not that. It's not time for cheering. I think it's disgusting what's really gone on. I think it's been nothing but a witch hunt on Boris Johnson. Yeah, I've been saying things about Boris, where he's gone wrong and things like that. But I've been holding him to an account. That's not holding him to account. That's getting rid of a Prime Minister. That's trying to bring down the Conservative government, which they successfully done. It's disgusting. I won't be gloating, and I'm not going to be gloating. What I would be, if I was the right person to lead the Labour Party, I'll be thinking, well, we need to maximise this now. And that's what they need to do. The Labour Party need to maximise what's just happened now to make them jump up in the points and hopefully get into power again. But if they don't do that successfully, which Keir Starmer hasn't, they're 10 points in front of Conservatives. And even by today's standards, I've looked at the numbers, they're still 10 points. They haven't moved up, and Conservatives haven't moved down. So, there you go. Labour Party, not fit for government, I don't think. I think the situation could be, and sadly is, if we do go to, when we do go to a general election, it'll be a null parliament. And we've all had them before, you know what I mean? So that's what that they honestly think could. This is what the experts tell me. This is what, people who I know who's Conservative and who's Labour, this is what could happen. There's a lot of people who are Labour members who don't like Keir Starmer. They don't want him to be the next Prime Minister and things like that. But it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can do it. But don't forget, don't lose it. I will remind you, is Keir Starmer and Claire Rayner are waiting for Durham police to see if they're going to prosecute or even fine them for what they've done in Beergate. You know what I mean? So if the police decide that yes, they're going to get a fine and it's going to be 50 quid or something like that, then Keir Starmer and Claire Rayner, they said they would resign, and that's what they would have to do to resign. They would have to resign. And then you lose an honourable man. Simple as. But he made that statement. He didn't have to, but he did. So let's hope that Keir Starmer and Angela Rayner keep their word. So the Labour Party could have a leadership contest. 2. So where can you go from there? Yeah, you couldn't write that. You couldn't have written this script for any TV series. It's just unfolded how it has. You couldn't have written this. It's all over now, barring the shouting. It's all over and done with. He's got to come out now and make a statement, and things like that. But it is a sad day. I'm sad. You should be too. This is a sad day for democracy, and also it's a sad day for Brexit, because let's face it, people have been after him since Brexit. Yeah, I mean, simple as. Right then. So, if you have liked this video, please like the video. Yeah, you gotta give me a thumbs up. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you're new. And hit that bell icon. When you do subscribe to me, and I must say this, and I will be saying it more often, when you do subscribe to me, make sure that you watch a video for at least 5 or 6 minutes, please comment on that video, and your subscription will stick. It won't be taken away. The algorithm won't think you're a robot. But please come back from time to time to make sure that you still subscribe to me. Thank you for what. Oh, before I go, please share the video to your friends and your family and to other social media like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Bing, and things like that. And I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now. Bye.